We've got to get our base going. The other thing, too, is that we can't let the Republicans get away with some of the stuff they're doing this week, just trying to bash Obama. Hey, government is always your enemy until you need a friend. This Ebola thing is the best argument you can make for the kind of government that we believe in. A year ago, Ted Cruz shut down America's government, shut down the CDC over shenanigans. What if that happened this year? You got to start putting the Republicans on the defensive for the fact that they believe that you can take a wrecking ball to America's government, never pay a price. Obamacare means that 8 million people who couldn't have gone to the doctor last year, if they feel sick today, they wonder if they got Obama, they can go see the doctor. The Democrats got to start talking like that.
Oh, he is our hero, according to Van Jones, is Barack Obama. All right, true? I doubt it. Joining us now is Scott Rasmussen, president of Rasmussen Media Group and founder and president of Stirk.com. Hello, Scott.
Steve, it's great to be with you again.
It's great to talk to you. All right, tell us first, because now I'm darn curious. Tell us about Stirk.com.
Well, Stirk is the Danish word for empowerment, and we're a service, a news media service, a social community that's rolling out in the next couple of weeks and months, and it's going to give you a different look at state, national, and community news sources.
All right, and it's STYRK.com.
That's right.
Just so folks know that, STYRK.com.
That's a good Danish word. You got to stick with that.
There you go. Yeah, no, absolutely. Good job with that. All right, you wrote a great piece talking about the health care law, Obama's Obamacare law, the gift that keeps on giving to Republicans, and even into 2016. You just heard Van Jones trying to politicize Ebola. And turning it around to say that, if Republicans had their way, people who felt sick and might have Ebola wouldn't be able to go to the doctor because they didn't have Obamacare. I mean, that's a stretch of all stretches, is it not?
Well, it's a huge stretch, and that's the kind of things that most people just get turned off by in a political dialogue. There is no credible argument that you can make tying those issues together. Now, there's lots of things you can debate about the health care law and how it's working and how it's going to work. But trying to tie Ted Cruz to the Ebola problem, that's a little much.
Now, you talk about, in 2010, the landslide, and in 2012, it didn't go into effect in time to affect the presidential election. But the president has cleverly, kicked the can down the road with all of his executive orders on changing the timing and when employers have to do this and do that. So America is still not feeling the full effects of Obamacare, correct?
That's correct, but clearly that law is having a big impact on this year's elections. There's other issues out there. There's certainly national security issues in play, and there are other topics being discussed, but the economy and the health care law have set the stage for the Republicans to have a very good year in 2014. And by the way, all that kicking the can down the road is going to create some real problems for whoever the Democratic nominee is in 2016.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree with you more on that. And they're going to have to answer and separate themselves from Barack Obama on so many issues. The latest there's a Gallup poll out talking about a record number of voters just don't like the policies. And do you agree with David Axelrod? It was a big mistake for Obama the other day to say, even though I'm not running, my policies are on the ballot, when America clearly does not agree with Obama's policies?
Well, that was, the great short-term gift of President Obama to Republicans. I mean, that's going to show up in all kinds of campaign ads. It's clearly the truth. I mean, that's what happens in midterm elections. The president is on the ballot, even if his name formally isn't there. But all of these Democrats in states like Louisiana and Arkansas and North Carolina have been trying to run away from the president, say, no, we're not his kind of Democrat. And now President Obama has brought the issue right back close to home.
You also wrote a great piece about Silicon Valley standing up to the NSA, and you point out, how the Apple iPhone 6 includes an encryption program, much to the chagrin of the FBI and others, that will be unbreakable, and they say they're not going to participate in breaking it. What led to all of this?
Well, the issue in terms of the iPhone 6 is really the natural fallout from what happened when we heard all these revelations from Edward Snowden. The political leadership in both parties has been stalled. They don't want to give up the power to spy on people and to snoop around, because nobody likes to give up power. So instead, as consumers began to demand some protection, they began to raise questions about privacy, companies like Apple and Google began to respond. And look, this is highlighting a very, very important thing in America that we're going to talk a lot about on Stirk.com. Change always begins in the culture. Political leaders are always a decade or two behind. They're following behind the curve. This change is being led by the technology crowd, and it's being done in response to public demand.
All right, Scott, great to talk to you again. I hope we do it more often. And again, folks, it's styrk.com, STYRK.com. Check it out. And Scott, great to talk to you, sir.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, Scott Rasmussen, ladies and gentlemen. And we will be back. And when we come back, we'll be joined by one of my favorites, and I'm sure yours too, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters. Boy, do we have a lot to talk about with him on the Steve Malzberg Show.